Hey there. I'm Richard Taliaferro, and I'm a health coach and a career coach, and I support people who are in the midst of a transformation. And I help guide them and support them in their journey to find clarity as to where they want the next phase of their health and career to be. And I want to just give you a little bit of my origin story as a coach and basically a quick idea of how I got here. So it was it was something that happened one morning when I was at the office as a journalist, as an editor, and something that happened that at that moment I knew something in my life had to change. And, you know, I remember it all too clearly. Pen had dropped on to the floor at the office, and I reached to pick it up, and I struggled in leaning over to pick it up, and I had to gather a little bit more momentum to grab it on the second try. Now, this was back in the spring of 2007, and I was in my mid 30s and I weighed 260 pounds. Now, I had a bike, barely used it at all, and I had cookware, in my apartment, and it was gathering dust as trips to the grocery store for me meant buying prepackaged stuff that I could just toss into the microwave. Fast food restaurants were nearby and unfortunately too convenient. And really, in other words, without me knowing it, I was slowly giving up. But as it turns out, I came across a nutrition coach who was just starting her business, and I happened to become one of her first clients. Now, some of the things that she had me do made sense, like keeping a food diary, writing down what I was eating at that time. Makes total sense. Some of the things, though, seemed odd, like reading The Alchemist, for example. That was weird, and I'm still game for it. And the program that I went through with her for 12 weeks really did change the course of my life. Now, it did take time for the changes to really root in. You know, you know, McDonald's French fries are were at that time, still are a little bit. They remained a temptation, but at the same time, a new foundation was being laid down. I was paying more attention to food I was getting at the grocery store, and went out and I bought a crock pot and a rice steamer, and I tried to walk more, and I was also drinking weird green liquids before they became a thing. And I said I was slowly giving up, there was a part of me under that 260 pounds that knew I could do more and could show up better. And rather than succumb to slowly withering away, I got curious. And that curiosity really changed everything for me. And this is what coaching can do. And this is the magic of the work of coaching that, as George Sheehan said, it's the work of re-entering my life by re-entering my body. And that moment of dropping the pen will be with me forever. Was it motivation? Was it inspiration? I don't know. But the tool that we journalists use became a touchstone for me for an altered way of being and leads me here today working with clients to help them become the best version of themselves. And I'm looking forward to continuing that work and doing that work with you. Um, if you're curious, uh, you know, reach out to me. There's a link in my website in the description here. You can book a call with me and we can talk about what you want to do, where you want to be, and how I can support you in getting it. Thanks.